What's up, family? So we're gonna get straight into it. We got breaking news that's shaking up the WNBA community. So Kennedy Carter, a talented player who had big expectations, has found herself in a tough spot. The Chicago Sky recently made a surprising move, releasing her from the team. Yeah, I said it. But the question everyone asking is, what led to this decision? We're gonna break it all down, and I'm gonna give my comments, perspective, thoughts, and insight. And we're gonna go below the surface. So to start, let's rewind to last season, right? Kennedy Carter, once a high draft pick in 2020, was seen as a future cornerstone of the WNBA, right? And she made an immediate impact with the Atlanta Dream and had a solid run with the Chicago Sky. However, things took a sharp turn after a highly publicized incident with Caitlin Clark, which I will show you guys the clip in a minute because I want to add the context so we can have a conversation, right? So one of the league's rising stars is Caitlin Clark. We know that. So during the game, Carter was involved in a physical altercation with Clark, and she appeared to shove Clark in a moment of frustration, and this incident became the talk of the league. Uh, we're gonna check it out right now.
On the play before bumping in with Caitlin, it seemed like she turned to you a little bit
Yeah,
after the Fever
I ain't
score.
answer no Caitlin Clark questions.
Did you say anything to you?
I don't know what she said.
What'd you say to her?
I didn't say
That's
anything.
enough.
On the play before.
So there we have it, folks. Now we've seen the emotions boil over from Kennedy Carter as she's just being so stubborn with a hasty attitude, let alone playing victim in the Winter Olympics like she didn't do nothing wrong. You see in the heat of the competition before, but the way Carter handled the aftermath left a lot to be desired. She didn't speak openly to the media, as you guys seen, about what happened, which is typically expected when players are involved in controversial moments. Instead, when asked about the incident, she simply stated she didn't know what Caitlin Clark said to her and didn't engage much further. And she's not going to talk about Caitlin Clark. And you can hear the interviewer say, "Can you tell us what happened?" And she say, "Look, she ain't about to talk about it." So this response didn't sit well with a lot of people. And in the professional sports world, especially in a league in the WNBA where respect and leadership are key, how you handle those kinds of situations is just as important as your talent on the court. But let's talk about what happened next, right? So the Chicago Sky um, management decided to part ways with Kennedy Carter, making her unrestricted free agent, folks. And they released a statement acknowledging her incredible season, but citing changes in the team's roster and staff. They say they wanted to give her the best opportunity as a free agent, but let's be real. What does that really mean, family? So I want you guys to check out what they had to say in regards to Chicago's statement, and we're going to talk about this post on X. So it says, I'm going to zoom in. It says, Sky GM on not giving Carter a qualifying offer, quote unquote. Kennedy had an incredible season for us last year. Um, Palachico, Pa- Paglico, Piloco, look, Peggy Loca. We're going to leave it right there. All right. It said in the statement provided to the Sun Times. She's extremely talented, and as a player that can impact the game at the highest level in our league, we absolutely appreciate all she did for our team last year. However, we made changes to our staff and we'll make changes to our roster. Those changes impact Kennedy's fit on the team, so we wanted to give her the best opportunity as a free agent, end quote. So then it goes on to say, it goes on to say an article, or not in the article, but this is the controversy here. According to multiple league sources, players were unhappy with the dynamic created in the locker room last year due to Carter's behavior, which went unchecked by former coach Teresa Witherspoon. We heard about that. There was concern within the team regarding how re-signing Carter would impact the Sky's chance of landing other free agents, right? So you see, when a team lets go one of its best players, there's often more at play than just basketball stats, as you guys can see. Locker room dynamics play a huge factor in team success. And if there's internal conflict or if the player's behavior is creating disruption, a team will often prioritize culture and cohesion over individual talent. And bringing it to the key point of the locker room chemistry in team sports. A study by Journal Sports Sciences found that team cohesion and more are significantly affected by players' off court behavior and relationships. When internal conflicts arise, especially between star players, it can lead to fractures that disrupt the team performance. So it's possible that Carter's altercation with Caitlin Clark wasn't just about the push itself, but how it may affected the team's unity and just her attitude overall. She just being hasty with a hasty, bad attitude, right? So her attitude may not necessarily be towards Caitlin Clark, but we can necessarily say, as substantiating my point based on the team releasing her, that this is the way she is, this is how she conduct herself, this is how she is on a regular basis. So, and what gets more interesting is reports suggesting that Kennedy Carter may have tension with other players on the team, right? And not just Clark, but one notable point surfaced was her unfollowing of Angel Reese on social media. While this may seem like a small issue in today's connected world, social media activity can reflect deeper interpersonal conflicts, especially among professional athletes who are constantly in the public eye. So, according to Atlantic, social media can sometimes offer insight into behind the scenes issues in sports teams. While it's not always the case, these digital interactions can be a signal of a larger underlying issue. Whether or not the social media unfollowing play a role in Carter's release remain unclear, but it's a sign that personal dynamics within the team had contributing figures. So why does all this matter, family? You guys ask. Well, the WNBA is entering a crucial period, as we can say. The league is on the verge of collective bargaining agreement, media rights deal worth billions of dollars, and potentially high player salaries. Players like Carter, who have the talent to be the stars, need to be at the top of their game, not just on the court, but in how they handle themselves in the locker room, in the media. A lot of times I say these folks need media training, but at the end of the day, you grown. You should know how to behave. And if someone paying you big bucks, you don't ever bite the hand that feeds you. You don't ever act hasty with a bad attitude, right? Most definitely not. So this new wave of opportunity comes with its own set of expectations, right? And within the collective bargaining agreement that was recently updated in 2020, granting players greater pay and better working conditions, according to ESPN, you know, the collective bargaining agreement ensures a 53% of revenue share for players, which is a huge win for the league. But it also comes with increased pressure to maintain professionalism. In this case, it would be increased pressure for Kennedy Carter because she don't know how to get her act together. But however, to grow this league and its franchise reputation, both on and off the court, this could be part of the reason why Carter's past actions are weighing so heavily on the future. Now, this is my speculation of it, and we just here to have a conversation. But right now, Kennedy Carter is a free agent. But will another WNBA team take a chance on her? Comment down below, family. Let me know down in the comments. While some believe her talent will eventually win out, others argue that the potential for more locker room drama might make teams hesitant. In the sports world, character often counts as much as skill, and teams need players who can fit in the system and contribute to the overall success of the group. So, what's next for Kennedy Carter? It's hard to say. Her talent is undeniable, but the road ahead, it looks uncertain. The next few months will be critical in determining whether she can rebuild her career in the WNBA. But it's a tough lesson as well, folks. In professional sports, how you behave off the court can have just as much as an impact as your performance on it. I want to hear from you guys. Do you think Kennedy Carter will bounce back from this, or has her behavior hurt her chances in the WNBA? Drop your thoughts down in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any updates from me. On that note, family, peace.